that is when we come on air on your daily station. And you know how we do it on your station every Saturday when we come on air. We talk about sports across board. But it's an interactive section that I will not be doing it all alone. My name is Bello Omotunde, your anchor, and I'm here live in the studio with my co-partner, Tope Ogunduye. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Bello. Good afternoon to all to all those watching us out there. It's another bright Saturday. The Pride of Rivers. We only can pray for them, Bello.
The Pride of Rivers, praying for the Pride of Rivers. Yes, you all saw what happened at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium last week, where Rivers United were defeated at home at the CAF Confederations Cup by the young Tanzanians that they came, we call them the Youngers. They came to Nigeria defeating Rivers United by 2-0. But this weekend, the Rivers United in their second leg will be in Dar es Salaam. They are already in Dar es Salaam and they are ready to take the second leg. Will they have a leg in the semi-final or will they be out of the CAF Confederations Cup? But one person that has been talking, yes, he has given Nigeria. He wants Nigeria to support them. The goalkeeper, yes, we're talking about goalkeeper Sochi, the former goalkeeper that is currently the goalkeeper of Rivers United and also a member of the Super Eagles, who said that Nigerians should come rally around them, pray for them. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. 2-0 can be upturned, like the parable biscuit. You don't know where it will crack. It can be upturned in Dar es Salaam if Dar es Salaam favors Rivers United. But Stanley Eguma side, they are there to face the young Tanzania. There's the young Africans in Tanzania. Topman, do you see Rivers United upturning the 2-0?
Well, the die is cast, and Rivers United, unfortunately, last week they were playing home away from home in Akwa Ibom. Probably if they were playing that match at the stadium in Rivers State, it would not have been like that. But they lost that match 2-0. The young Africans played with a lot of counter attack. They knew what they were coming to do. They did it to perfection, and unfortunately, on the night, the striker for Rivers United had an injury, but we are very, very confident because he's going to be playing tomorrow's match, and we expect the Stanley Eguma boys to do something about this. And probably, if young Africans can win here in Nigeria, then there's nothing wrong for Rivers United to do the same away from home in Dar es Salaam.
Well, having young Africans winning in Nigeria, Uyo was their home, and they defeated the Stanley Eguma-led boys by 2-0. Yes, this time around, the media officer, Sammy Wajia, has given us assurance that, yes, all boys that were not included in the first leg due to injury, there's the striker, the midfielders, they are all back in the team, and he's giving us assurance that the team is ready to go all out. They are not just there to just complete the game, but they are there to stand a test of time and also to give a record of their self away. Don't forget that this season, Rivers United has always been good playing from home. Do you think it's a good one, or it's a morale booster for them that they might upturn these results?
Well, of course, this is not the MPFL. In the MPFL, they've done very well away from home. You saw what they did last season and how they've been able to play. I think Stanley Eguma has already taught his boys that playing away from home, you have to attack all out. And they have done that very well in the Nigerian Professional Football League. They did that last season. And if you look at where they are this season, if they can garner the points in their outstanding matches, they will surely be top of their Group B standings. But as it stands right now, Rivers United just needs to go out there. 3 goals, Bello, is not mean feat, but it is something that they can surely do. And I see it as something that is very, very possible. All hands should be on deck. The goalkeeper was saying it's talking tough. And I expect that talking tough is not just about doing the talk. You have to do the talk and walk the walk. Do the job when you're in Dar es Salaam.
Do the job in Dar es Salaam. So we are hoping Rivers United. A befitting time when tomorrow, Sunday, when they'll be filing out against the young Africans in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam precisely, and we wish them well in the CAF Confederations Cup. They have done well, hitting the quarterfinals, but we need a leg in the semi-final and let them break the jinx where a Nigerian team will be in the semi-final. Young Africans is not just a team that you can just run away from. They are experienced in the continent and they are beautiful in their style of play. You saw what happened at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, where they handled the Rivers United team well. But don't worry, whether they've defeated us. The experience is there for Stanley Eguma's side.
Well, Bello, we should remind all our viewers out there that the match is quite important for the Nigerian Professional Football League too, because it's going to be affecting our coefficient rankings with CAF. And Rivers United have done well to get to this. United is doing a very good job. But now, we should not forget, if anybody is going to be blaming Rivers United, young Africans, the last cup that they made, they did it against Petro Luanda, and you can see how big team they have been able to remove along the road. But Rivers United should be able to go there, do something, and just forget about losing at home, and just go out there and try to get the early goal. If they can get the early goal, then everything is possible, Bello.
Everything is possible. Yes, there's nothing impossible in football. Yes, there's nothing impossible in football, and we are hoping that, yes, Rivers United can make Nigeria proud again. Yes, you have really tried. No more hustle on you, no more stress on you. Like Samuel Ejia will say that they are there for the 200 million Nigerians, and they want their support over the team. Yes, we will continue praying for you. Tomorrow is that time, and that Sunday is a swell time in Nigeria history, because as we are praying for the Dar es Salaam boys to also come back in a good style by defeating the young Africans, we are also praying that in audience, the Nigerian under-17 that are out there for the under-17 Nations Cup will also make Nigeria proud in their opening game when they will be meeting Zambia tomorrow. Yes, Nigeria under-17 are already in audience. Constantine, precisely. Yes, they are in audience, ready to face their counterparts in Zambia. Zambia is their first game. Don't forget that in their group they have Morocco. Morocco, you remember Morocco, the country that took Africa to the semi-final slots in the World Cup. Yes, the under-17 are here to face Nigeria in that group, and the under-17 Nations Cup will be starting tomorrow in Algeria. Thank God, the diplomatic crisis between Morocco and Algeria has been settled to Constance in Algeria, and they will be participating in this year's Africa's Cup of Nations for under-17. Don't forget, the national team were unable to go to Algiers during the home base Eagles, that's the Chan Eagles in Algiers, because of the diplomatic challenge. Morocco could not fly in, but right now the under-17, you can see it across on your screen, training on that ground in Algiers, expecting wonderful boys, all of them scaled through the MRI test, and that is why we are telling you that once you pick the right tools, when you are the right boys for the right game, MRI will not be a challenge. What do you see concerning the MRI that Nigeria scaling through the test in MRI?
This is one of a kind. I think this is the first time Nigeria is going to be passing where none of the players will be
indicted of age.
It is a good one for Nigeria. We have always talked about this before. Bringing these people from the grassroots is what we can all do for Nigeria's progress. Because the MRI, looking at it now, we know that we have very young guys in camp, and we should remember very well that this is not a win at all cost competition. This is an age-based competition, and we are meant to develop our football from here. A whole lot of our players that were playing for our national teams before, like Stephen Keshi of blessed memory and Erin Wosu, were playing with the Principal's Cup in those years before they came into the limelight and came to play for the national team. So this is a good one, and that at least for the first time, we can't point out and say maybe they are taking somebody and the age is being their age cheats, like we always say. People like Victor Osimhen and Kelechi Iheanacho, the chairman, they came through these ranks, and we can only hope that this particular competition will churn out new talents for Nigeria, for the betterment and for the future of Nigerian football.
For the betterment and the future of Nigerian football. And we are so happy and rejoicing that, yes, all our under-17 scaled through the MRI test, and they are there in Constance, ready for Zambia tomorrow, 5 p.m. Nigerian time. That's the time. Get glued to your screen. It will be showed live on your TV screen, where Nigeria will be taking on Zambia in that game. And Unduka Ugbadi has told us that his boys are not there on vacation. They are not there to just do excursion. They are there to do business. Yes, business. They are speaking tough. Do you think those boys are ready?
They should be ready because it's from this place to the world. Just announce yourself to the world. I was just looking at the interview yesterday with Nduka Obade, and how he has been able to mentor and tutor these boys. They should remember also that Nduka Obade was the first captain that took Nigeria, the Golden Eaglets, China 85. And so it is enough for them to see him as somebody that can boost their morale and tell them that this is how we do it in our own time. And I expect you guys to also fly our colors in Africa, because of course, this is where we are going to qualify from. If we can get to the semi-finals, then we should be home and dry. But bringing back home the cup should not be what we should be looking for, but we should be looking at bringing out very, very good talents from this particular squad.
Well, to top man, bringing back the trophy is not so keen to him, but to somebody like me, it is, because it will help boost the morale of the players. And don't forget, Nduka Obade happens to be the vice of Emmanuel and Amunike when they were together with the under-17 that brought the likes of this Victor Osimhen, Samuel Chukwueze. Don't forget, Samuel Chukwueze was in that squad, and they went to the world to conquer the world. He was the vice coach, there's the assistant coach to Emmanuel Amunike, and now they are there. They are there as the head coach of this, having another young lad, Yemi as his vice in that squad. That is the assistant coach of Eyimba Football Club. That's the former coach of Andressa of Lagos, the former assistant coach of Mountain of Fire Miracles, that's MFM Football Club. Now the assistant coach of the under-17 coach. These two heads have tested hands, and we are sure that they can produce the best legs for Nigeria. And there's a boy that I want us all to watch out for. A lot of noise has been around him, playing like JJ Okocha, but the guy is still in SS2. SS2, he has been excused out of class right now. He's in Constantine with the Nigerian under-17 boys. Let's see what they can produce tomorrow. And tomorrow, 5 p.m. Nigerian time, the weather is so friendly. Even the forecast is saying the weather is going to be friendly to them. It's going to be sunny, and the sun, compared to Nigeria, is something that they are used to. Well, Africa is Africa, whether hot, whether cold. As long as you are there with business, yes, you need, as a footballer, you need to get used to it. And under developmental football is to develop skills. It is not a do or die thing. Yes, it's just to identify natural talent and put them to limelight. And that is why I have been telling you, our viewers out there, if you have not registered that you're a footballer, male and female, if you have not registered for the last team standing, then you are on your own, because the time is ticking. We are rounding up a new month. Today is the last Saturday in the month of April, and you have just 31 days to go. 31 days to go for registration for the last team standing, and that is where the future champions will be picked. The future developmental champions will be picked from under 15 to under 22, and from grass to the wall. The last team standing is still, the registration is getting tougher, getting thicker, and interesting. Yes, across 13 regions. The website to go is www.lastteamstanding.africa. Take it again, www.lastteamstanding.africa. That is the website. It is busy right now. Male and female, they've been doing registration across board, and I can tell you, you are going to be having good mentorship once you are picked in the house. But don't forget, whether you are picked or not, you are having eyeballs of all scouts in the world, and you know what that means. It's an initiative that is accepted and to encourage Nigerian football, not just Nigerian football, but African football in totality. And I pray that, yes, who will be the next superstar that will be coming from this? Well, let's see how it is. The last team standing is getting to his final registration point. And it's free. It's free. Like I told you, it's free. Do you think that Nigeria has hope in gathering another underage team from this competition?
Of course, we're going to ask for more from the organizers of the last team standing, from the ages of 15 to 22. This is particularly supposed to be a reality TV show where people will be able to decide by themselves. It is not as if maybe there's a big man out there that has somebody that wants. So this is going to be for the coaches. It's going to be mentored by Tijani Babangida, Peter Saida, Mohamed Lawal, and
Mohamed Lawal, Daniel Amokachi.
So these are the 4 teams that will be left in the house, and it will be left for our viewers out there to surely vote for the players of their choice, the ones who they feel are good enough to remain in the house and good enough to even increase and help Nigerian football going forward. And don't forget, to our viewers out there, yours truly, top man here, and Bello Motunde will surely be on the show with the last team standing. And I'm so glad to be a member, to be a part of this particular program, because I've always said it over and over again that for Nigeria to get to the best in Africa, we have to start from the roots again. And all kudos to the organizers of this particular program coming. And you can't just, for our viewers out there, I'm sure you can't wait to see this. It's going to be very fantastic. It's going to be a one in a lifetime reality football program, and I can't wait for that to get started.
Well, honestly, we can't wait for that to get started, and I can assure you that everything at the backstage will surely be revealed. The two of us, because we'll be live with the teams from the grassroots to the final. We'll surely be on board with them. We'll get the nitty-gritty, the sound and bite of the camp for you. And don't forget, you have the voting right. Yes, to pick your best left back, the best right back, the best center half, the best striker in that competition. The more you vote, the better for you. It is totally free. Free registration. Just go online right now to www.lastteamstanding.africa. Go there right now. Put your registration on. It will be better for you to do registration as a team. Or if you think you don't have a team yet, you can form one as long as your national identification number is there to verify you. That is the beginning of our own MRI test.
And of course, Bello, apart from being the team, of course, you can register personally by yourself.
But as an individual.
By uploading videos of yourself, showing some skills. If you know you have a video where you
just a minute video.
Of course, the prompt is there on the website. The website is already on the screen there, www.lastteamstanding.africa. So everybody can go there. You can help yourself by uploading your content there, and let's see, maybe you get into the house. But to the best that is going to happen is that it is left for the viewers out there, to the Nigerians. Just like we to say, every Nigerian is a good coach. So now, in the last team standing, every coach out there will be ready to pick their best players, Bello.
The coach out there should be ready to pick the players of their choice into the last team that will stand in this year's edition. And it's a continuous thing. And that is why we'll be giving you this privilege to go through the www.lastteamstanding.africa. That is the platform that all players need to be male and female. Yes, male and female, because it is for both sex, male and female. You need to be on that platform right now. Let's take a break. When we'll come back, we'll continue with the under-15 NFF and the La Liga under-15 league that just ended in favor of the... I'll give it to you when we come back. The last team standing on your screen.
For the first time in Nigeria, we bring you the last team standing. The biggest reality TV football scouting show in Africa. Do you have a football talent? Are you an aspiring professional footballer? This is your opportunity to shoot for the stars. You will pay before international scouts, win $1 million, be mentored by ex-Nigeria internationals like Tijani Babangida, Ida Petersine, Daniel Amokachi, and so on, and win a trip to visit a La Liga team. Stand a chance to win a whopping $12 million as the last team standing. Register today at www.lastteamstanding.africa. Email info@lastteamstanding.africa or WhatsApp to 070-333-07534.
Hi, my name is Ida Petersine. I am part of Last Team Standing. Hear this. This is going to be straightforward. For you to be part of this global show, I want you to please visit lastteamstanding. We will find you. I promise you. We will find you.
So as Mr. Saidi there, I promised you we will find you. I also promise you that, yes, we'll get to your corner. We'll get to every nook and cranny of this country to pick out that natural talent that is of gold. Yes, we are going to refine you and put you to limelight. Just that the way everybody has gone back to the grassroots. The NFF La Liga under 15 league just ended in Ikene. I told you earlier, the defending champion retained the trophy. Talking about Remo Stars, we say kudos to Remo Stars for winning the under 15. Yes, the under 15 game over Plateau United, where it ended 1-0. And to Sunshine Stars, they came third. It's a good one. It's a good one for. I know Topman will be so happy to hear that. Now, Sunshine under 15 came third this year.
Of course, Sunshine Stars is my home team. It's my darling team. They came third. And like I always say about these underage competitions, they are not meant to be for winners. They are meant to churn out talents. And Remo Stars, of course, we see what Kunle Choname has been doing with his facility in Ikene. And of course, this is already showing that these players are making use of the facility. They won it the previous year and they won it this year. It's a good one for them. And I hope that they can only do well to make sure they promote many of these players into their senior team. But we need to be also very, very careful here, Belu, because I think while we were saying that under 17, under 15, La Liga and Nigeria, I just feel like some corporate bodies here in Nigeria, I don't want to mention certain names, can key into this instead of using La Liga. Then, of course, like every of these two teams in Europe do, that they have their under 13 cadre team, the under 15 teams, and the under 17 teams before you get to their senior teams. We can also do that in Nigeria so that we can have a league for that particular cadre. And some corporate bodies should look at it so that we don't add the name La Liga to our own league. And I think you understand where I'm coming from, Belu. So this Nigerian factor can be well entrenched.
Well, the Nigerian factor can be well entrenched, and you've been watching them on your screen talking about Okpeyemi, the man that won the highest goal scorer of the tournament. Yes, Okpeyemi has been so interesting that you need to watch that young man, and bigger hope for Nigeria in future.
The young man actually scored in every match of that particular competition. I think he finished up with 10
goals in total.
Exactly.
He finished up 10 goals in total. And we say kudos to him. They defeated Plateau United in their group stage. They defeated Plateau twice. In their group stage, 2-1, and in the final, 1-0. It shows that Remo Stars have what we call continuity in their progressive developmental plan in their team. So congratulations to Remo Stars. And if you want to join them, don't forget the website I told you, www.lastingstanding.africa. You need to be on that website right now. And on that note, we'll be going straight to England, where the English Premier League is getting tougher and interesting. Yes, the English Premier League is getting tougher and interesting. And this time around, you need to allow your cup of water to always be by your side when you see wonderful games being played during the week. Just on Wednesday, we saw the massive entertaining game between Manchester City versus Arsenal, where some call it a deciding factor to the trophy of the English Premier League 2022-2023 season. Can that be the deciding factor? We will know at the end of the league, though Manchester City still have 2 games to go. We will know when they are done with that. But defeating Arsenal by 4-1, and Erling Haaland scoring with a dimension, throwing his head down against Arsenal. It's a wonderful style. Manchester City, Arsenal 4-1. Do you see that coming?
Well, Manchester City has been in ominous fashion in the last few weeks. Guardiola has been able to tweak his system to accommodate John Stones in the middle of the midfield. And it has been a fantastic revelation that Guardiola is trying to change the face of football again with another kind of game. And that particular match, they took Arsenal to the schools and taught them some kind of football lessons. Of course, Erling Haaland, the young man, is going to be breaking a whole lot of records in the English Premier League and in Europe this season. Of course, he already has 33 goals. He has already broken Mo Salah's 38 game record, but he's still pursuing the one for the 42 game record. And I'm sure he's going to do that because he still has 6 matches in the season. We said he dropped his head the other day. That's a Viking touch to everything. And you know what Vikings do? They are very, very, very savage. And that was what he did to us now. If not for the goalkeeper, I think it should have been about 3 goals to Haaland in the first half. But at the end of the day, De Bruyne scoring 2 goals against the team he has scored the most number of goals against in the Premier League, in ever in the Premier League in his career. He has been scoring against Arsenal almost every match he plays against Arsenal. He scores. The Premier League looks decided, looks home and dry. Guardiola said it. He said it's in our hands right now, and we can only throw it away. But 5 more matches for Arsenal, 6 more matches for Manchester City. They can only pray that some other teams come to help them. But with the kind of form that Man City is in, very, very ominous. I think it's only Man United and Real Madrid who will be stopping them from winning the treble this season, Bello.
Well, with the treble this season, can anybody stop them? The EPL is really going tougher. And on Thursday, we also have another wonderful game in Manchester United versus Tottenham. The repeat, or call it the repeat of a Sevilla first leg, happened in the history of Manchester United. After scoring 2 early goals, they went sharing points apiece by scoring 2-2 in the second half. Do you see Manchester United finishing in top 4?
Well, to my own personal opinion, I think the top 4 is already decided. We are talking about Arsenal, Manchester City, Newcastle, and of course, Manchester United. If you look very well on the log, then there's already a cushion in between. And I don't see any one of the 4 teams are going to be listening to Champions League football in their stadiums next season below. For every other person, I think they should be looking for the Europa spots that are just behind. And that is going to be between Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur, Liverpool, and maybe Brighton. It's going to be a very tough one. But for those 2 remaining spots in 5 and 6, Liverpool will be struggling to get in there. Of course, you can see what Aston Villa has been doing. Manchester United will be playing against Aston Villa tomorrow. Aston Villa has been the informed team of the Premier League since Unai Emery came around. And let's see, maybe they can break the jinx and stay in the top 6. But for the top 4, I think that is already home and dry for the teams that are there.
Well, for the top 4, according to Topman, it is home and dry. And the relegation team is really changing. About 9 teams are really swapping the relegation team. We have Southampton sealed at the bottom, 20 points. And also, alongside, they have Leicester City and the likes of Everton is also in that category. Leeds United is not far away from that category. Who will be joining Southampton in relegation? Don't forget, in the championship, yes, the championship, 2 teams have qualified. Yes, Vincent Kompany's boys, Burnley, have qualified to the Nigeria. Qualified into the EPL for next season. But which team will be leaving? Will it be Everton? Will it be Southampton? Will it be Leicester City? Or will it be Leeds United? West Ham is not far away from that turn too. And right now, West Ham are already playing Crystal Palace, and the scoreline is 1-1 apiece after 20 minutes. Yes, 20 minutes gone. Oh, it is now 2-1. 2-1 in favor of Crystal Palace. 2-1 in favor of Crystal Palace right now. And the scorer of the Crystal Palace goal is no other person. Yes, we have Thomas House and Jody Ayew. Jody Ayew scored. Well, VAR is still watching the second goal for Crystal Palace. We hope they will see it and allow the goal to stand. 20 minutes gone. Jody Ayew and Thomas Soucek scored 1-1. The second goal will be decided by VAR any moment from now. And the game is still on. And don't forget that we have Brentford. Brentford will be taking on Nottingham Forest today. And Brighton Hove will also be taking Wolverhampton Wanderers. Bournemouth will be taking Leeds United tomorrow. Fulham will be taking Man City tomorrow. Manchester United also will be hosting Aston Villa. And Newcastle United will be hosting Southampton. Southampton. That's all game tomorrow. And on Monday, if I'm not mistaken, Monday 1st, when Nigeria will be celebrating our May Day, Leicester City will be taking on Everton. 2 bottom teams will be playing for survival on Monday. And Arsenal, the Gunners, will be taking on Chelsea. May 2nd is a time. Can that be a decider for Arsenal? Or will Chelsea see it as an opportunity for revival? Because that is a coach that was sacked somewhere in Everton, and ever since coming to Chelsea, he has not won any game. 5 games back to back, all lost. Do you see Lampard staying longer period in Chelsea?
Nothing is going to happen to Lampard unless maybe he walks away before the end of the season. Of course, Chelsea is already talking to Mauricio Pochettino to come and be their coach. Nobody's going to take Chelsea down as they are a poison chalice. For the remaining 5 matches of the season, Chelsea just need to try as much as possible to just stroll and get to the end of the season by all means. It's going to be a big one for them against Arsenal. Arsenal should be coming out thinking that they need to get all the points at the Emirates and hoping that probably Man City is going to drop some points somewhere. They have to look at their stars and say maybe Man City is going to drop points somewhere. For Chelsea, Lampard, I don't know, maybe he should have taken this job. I don't know, maybe this particular job affecting his legendary status with the club. But it is something that really look inwards again. Just like their captain, Thiago Silva said. He said the club needs to come up with another philosophy now. And probably they have to look at the people in the background too, in the boardroom, and say, arrange that particular club. Because something is definitely happening behind the walls that we are not seeing, Bilu.
Well, looking at the fixtures of the EPL as it's going to be going down the line, Manchester City still have bigger teams to play, and do you think they might drop points on that? Let me start with Manchester City. On 3rd of May, they'll be playing West Ham United, and on the 6th, 3 days after, they'll be taking on Leeds United, and some days after, they will be having who is that? Yes, they will be going straight to Everton. That's on the 14th of May. Do you think Manchester City might drop points in any of these 3 games that I've mentioned?
Of course, this is football, and you see Everton is struggling for survival, and it's very possible to take points away from Man City. But like I said earlier on, the kind of form Man City is in, wow. I don't see anybody stopping them at the moment unless they shoot themselves in the leg.
Not seeing anybody stopping them. Arsenal as well has fantastic games. From 2nd of May, they will be playing Chelsea, and afterwards they will go straight to Newcastle. Newcastle that is also battling for 3rd position on the log, and these boys are on fire. Don't forget last week they gave Tottenham 6-1. We call it woto on the streets. Yes, it's 5 in 30 minutes. 5 goals already in first half in 30 minutes. And can this Arsenal team defeat Newcastle?
Well, Newcastle has been in fantastic form. They've been scoring goals lately, like they are going to drink some kind of water. They won 6-1 the other day, and just in midweek again, they won 4-1. They've been scoring a whole lot of goals. Even somebody from the bench. Now we can see what Alexander Isak is doing. They bought him for so much money, and he's already paying dividends. And I think somebody who I can call one of the best players of the season, and nobody's looking at, is Joel Linton. That guy used to be a striker. Then he was converted to play in midfield, and he has taken to it like fish to water, and he has done a lot to help Newcastle this season. Not forgetting Kieran Trippier. That team deserves to be in the Champions League next season from what they have done this season. Arsenal has a very, very hard running than Man City, so they can only beg their stars that Man City bottle it by themselves. They did against Liverpool when they were leading 2-0, so they can only hope the stars will align for them.
Well, I hope the fans of Arsenal, the celebration is not yet close, because they still have, after Newcastle, they'll still be having Brighton, Albion. And you know what that means for Arsenal, back-to-back. Well, we wish them well. Sincerely, I would love to see Arsenal lifting that trophy after so many years. So many years of nothing.
Don't forget you're putting on the Nigerian jersey. So let's forget about us now. They should do their job well, and let's see how it pans out at the end of the day.
It's a good one, boy. The English
Arsenal is not shooting stars.
They are not shooting stars, but yes, we have a resemblance of them in the Nigerian Premier League. There's the Gunners of Bende, the Benin Arsenals. Yes, so we can have that affiliation for them, and we hope. Yes, any good game is what I support. Any good game, as long as you are not shooting stars, I'm very sure.
But I have a prediction: the Benin Arsenals are not going to lose their top spot in Division A of the NPFL, because up till now they've not lost a single match, and I don't think they were going to bottle it like us now, who has been on top of the table from the beginning of the season and just after a few matches. In the MPFL, we have about 3 more matches to go, and I can only see that Ben Insurance will win that particular version, that particular part of the league, and be involved in the Super Six.
Well, the Super Six sees Nigeria is still in the Abridged League, and we are so happy to inform you that yes, the 3 games to go, the Benin Arsenals, they are still topping in Group A, and we hope to see more of them. They came from relegation, and they are there right now on top of the log.
I am happy to see the traditional teams back in
the top time. So we hope, and my darling Shooting Stars, I want to see you at the Super Six this season. Make sure you do everything. Yes, Ogumbote, do your tactician. You are called the Mario of Nigerian football. Yes, bring the tactics out. And make Shooting Stars make the top 6. Whether good or bad, we want to play in the Super 6 this season. It's a good one. It's a good one for the Nigerian professional football league. We'll go on a break right now. When we come back, we shift the sports.
And I'm part of Last Team Standing. I'm proud to be part of Last Team Standing. If you're a young person, if you're a young player, if you're interested in football, then visit our website, lastteamstanding.africa. We are coming to you soon.
Yes, as we're coming back. Like you said, in the AZ Garden. AZ Garden is an event center that is opening today. Yes, from here, I'll be there to welcome them. Yes, like I told you earlier. Oh, I did not tell you that it's a double celebration in my family today. Yes, where I am laying down an aged man. I'm giving them the opportunity to go to the afterworld. Baba Kupa is a fan of Sports Hangout. May your soul rest in perfect peace. As we are laying you to rest today, we are also sending forth a younger niece into another family, talking about no other person, Bumi Adebowale, my young niece. So it is hard to let you stay, but you are now a grown woman. We need to let you go and start your own family. Yes, congratulations to you too. AZ Garden is a venue way back in Akute. We are opening today. Yes, it's a new place. We are opening it today. You can go there, enjoy yourself. It has a lot of wonderful environment. The place is 45 Nureni Yusuf Drive, Omikule bus stop. Yes, Kola Alagbado, Lagos. And he also has the branch that is opening today is in Fabolude. You know Fabolude? When you are coming all the way from Alagbole down to Akute, Fabolude bus stop. Just from there, you now call the screen on your the numbers on your screen. Then you get straight down there, and that is where we'll be tonight, where we'll be celebrating the AZ Garden Akute branch. It's opening today, and we are there to enjoy. Topman, will you be chance to join me in AZ Garden?
Of course, I'll be there with AZ. AZ Garden is a very good place. As you can see on the screen, smoke free for all of us who know the importance of good health, and of course, hospitality is what we are talking about here. And you can even bring your kids there. A lot of places that you can't take your kids to, but not AZ Gardens. You can bring them there. There's enough lush space for them to play, and there is a lot of parking space. So we'll be there today at Fabolude in their opening of their new branch, which is even more of a 3-star hotel than the one at Nureni Yusuf Drive. So it's a very, very good one. AZ, kudos, and I believe that it can only get better from here.
It can only get better from here and from AZ Garden. Yes, Nigeria to the world. The Wimbledon invitee Ogunshaki, the Ekiti boy. I call him the Ekiti boy. Yes, the guy is ready. But before we go into it, I'm going to dedicate 10 minutes on Ogunshaki, the young man, a 14-year-old Nigerian in tennis. Now has been invited to Wimbledon in England for the under-14 competition in England. And you know what that means? This guy is not just an Ekiti boy. He's the young African champion. He won it in Lomé. And that is why I'm so enthusiastic about him. The young boy started at age 5. That is why it's always good to catch them young. And that's what I'm telling you. If you have not registered on the Last Team Standing, you need to go on that website. Let us catch you young. Ogunshakin will join others in Wimbledon, where he will be representing Africa as number 1 seed in the world of tennis. Will he be the next Rafael Nadal, or will he be the Andy Murray of our time? When we get to Ogunshakin, we'll surely quickly touch that. Some boxing news on the rave. Next weekend is a boxing type. Can you?
Yeah. The golden goose of boxing, that's Saul Canelo Alvarez, will be getting back to the ring next week for all the belts in the super middleweight division. He's going to be fighting against John Ryder, and that will happen in his hometown of Mexico. That's Guadalajara. Saul Canelo Alvarez, his last fight was a loss to Dimitri Bivol when he went to fight in a bigger weight division. But now he's back to his normal weight, the super middleweight division, and he has all the belts with him. He was able to defeat all comers in that particular division. Now he's going to be fighting against John Ryder next week. It's going to be 7 days from today in Mexico. We can't wait to see that fight. For anybody that is going to be looking at it, please don't blink an eyelid anytime we are looking at Saul Canelo Alvarez, because you know what he can bring to the party. Some knockout punches and some skills also. Canelo Alvarez, I can't wait to see him again in the ring next week.
Week is boxing across the globe. You'd be like I told you, checking the phone before has been making back goosebumps. You can see the goosebumps over there.
Remember our own Nduka Odizo. Those exactly. So we are happy that somebody is coming up now who we can point out and say, okay, we have somebody in tennis, because over the past few years, after the emergence and the decline of Nduka Odizo, I don't think Nigeria has been able to produce a top tennis player.
Yeah.
But for this young man going to England, has been invited for the under 15
yes.
Wimbledon championships. I think it can only get better for him, because this is where he's going to rub shoulders with everybody, and he's going to have the chance to use the top of the class facilities everywhere in the world. Don't forget, when you were talking about the ages now, the Williams sisters started with their father at a very, very young age. And when this guy started by 5, everybody will be looking at him that, what is the father doing? But today we can see where he's getting at. And in the next 2 or 3 years, maybe we are looking at another young phenomenon like Carlos Alcaraz.
Well, when we get to Ogunshakin's case in Ekiti, we will surely talk about that. But right now, we'll be going straight to the NBA. Yes, it's getting thicker. The basketball world is getting interesting, where lots of dunks are happening. 3 shots are going, 3 points making it, and lots of rebounds are going down the line. Can you quickly take us through?
Well, it's quite a painful one that our own Giannis Adetokounmpo is already out of the Eastern Conference quarterfinal. They were defeated by the Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler produced some wonderful basketball in 3 days. He got 56 points in one, got 42 points in one. It was a masterclass for him. But the Milwaukee Bucks surely missed Adetokounmpo in the first 2-3 games of the series, and they eventually lost 1-4 to Miami Heat. So the fixtures for the NBA semifinals in the Eastern Conference, we have the Miami Heat will be taking on the New York Knicks, while the Boston Celtics with Jason Tatum will be taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. The Philadelphia 76ers, they have Joel Embiid, the MVP, the most valuable player of the season, of the regular season with them. And I'm sure he's coming back from his injury to come and do some. It's going to be a very, very big one to watch, the Boston Celtics versus the 76ers. And in the West, the Denver Nuggets, they will be playing against Paul George and the Phoenix Suns. It's going to be another very, very good one. Of course, we have Nikola Jokic, who is going to be doing that for the Denver Nuggets. And for the LA Lakers, of course, you have LeBron coming back again. They got into this place via the playing tournament, but now they are here. But there's a spot left to be made. Just yesterday night, the Golden State Warriors, they lost their game 6 against the Sacramento Kings. A very, very good match for Donovan Mitchell. A lot of I think he had about 32 points and some 14 rebounds to help the Sacramento Kings level back the series at 3-3. So anybody that wins that particular bout is going to be facing LeBron and the LA Lakers in the last tie of the Western Conference semifinals. So it's getting tough by the day, but I can't wait to see most of the matches, except the Boston, especially the Boston Celtics versus the Philadelphia 76ers. It's going to be a very, very fantastic matchup.
It's a wonderful time on Sports Hangouts this Saturday. We'll continue to go on and on and on, but our time is fast spent, and we'll be leaving the studio any moment from now. But before we leave the studio, I promise you, I'll be leaving you in the hands of the Ogunshakins, where Aziz will be taking us round. Our correspondent in Ekiti will be taking us round what happened in the life of Ogunshakin, the young Nigerian that is invited in England to play in the under-14 Wimbledon. He's just 14 years, and that young man is number one in Africa. How it all started, how the father encouraged him from being a coach, bringing his 5-year-old boy to the tennis court, and where it all started. We will always see this. In the next 10 minutes, we'll be taking you. But before we go into that, your parting shot, top man, as we'll be leaving the studio.
Of course, my parting shot will come from the world of tennis again. Ogunshaki is our new Munduka Odizo. And I cannot forget what happened with Carlos Alcaraz. He's one of the top players today. He's number 2 in the world today, behind the number 1. But it is telling us now that we can catch them young. We have to do these things as quickly as possible, catch these people young, and we are doing it at the Last Team Standing. And anybody should not forget, visit that website, www.lastteamstanding.africa. Then we'll be catching you young. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful weekend.
I am Bello Omotunde, your anchor on the show. I'll be seeing you next week, Saturday, on Sports Hangout, where we will be dissecting all the happenings in the world of sports. But don't forget, catch me live at AZ Garden this evening, yes, where we'll be celebrating. I will be celebrating. Come on, let me be your host. Where I'll be sending forth my uncle, Papa Kupa, a fan and also a supporter of this great dream of Sports Hangout to the afterworld this evening. And also Bumi Adeboale, congratulations as you tied the knot today. I am Bello Omotunde, your anchor. I'll leave you with this documentary put together by Aziz for Ogunshakins and Nigerians. Let's support these young lads. Government, let's come into it and support this young man as we take him to Wimbledon. Take it away from here. God bless you.
Way back memory lane, Ekiti State is known to have produced reputable sportsmen and women, including the late Oyemi Kayode. And at the same time, in the history of the continent, a state produced Africa's fastest duo in persons of Olusoji Fashuba and Damola Oshayomi. Several years after, Ekiti State is still producing world beaters in athletics, and the most recent are the likes of Bamidele Ajayi, Nicholas Fakorede, and Adetutu Aladeluyi, who still have lots of potentials and promising future up their sleeves. Aside athletics, some other sports like gymnastics, table tennis, and soccer have also produced national materials like Tosin Olubamishi in table tennis, Tayo Fakiesi, who was Nigeria's former #1 gymnast, and the duo of Tolulope Ojo and Babatunde Bello, who are currently Nigeria's national football players. While some of these sportsmen and women have tenaciously worked hard to be the best, some had represented and some are still representing Nigeria at various levels. Amina Adao, Serena Williams, and the likes started their lofty careers, but I know how Seun Ogunshakin began his career way back right here on this court. Through his father, Coach Wumi Ogunshakin, Seun and his younger brother, Sheyi, began the game of tennis at about ages 4 and 6. Until today, the duo still sustain the tempo. No one knows what the future holds, but tenacity of purpose has helped Seun Ogunshakin thus far. Seun Ogunshakin is the first son of Ekiti tennis coach Wumi Ogunshakin, and it's like the father had seen the future when he started taking Seun and his younger brother Sheyi to the tennis court in Ado-Ekiti, the state capital, several years ago.
So it's a dream we had over the years, now is coming to reality because it's knocking at the door of the ATP. He's just 14 now, so he still have 2 years and he's already even playing the J3 now, which is closer to the ATP. So it's a dream come true.
Ekiti-born Seun Ogunshakin, now 14-year-old, is now African champion and was named Africa's #1 junior tennis player. Oh yes, through Seun, Ekiti State has emerged best in the whole of Africa in the game of tennis, and this was announced by the continent's tennis governing body after the recently concluded ITF Junior Tennis Championship in Lomé, Togo. It's a feat that does not happen too often in the annal of any state nor country, but this is what Ekiti is celebrating now. Ekiti is celebrating having another sportsman joining the Hall of Fame of Africa's best, same feat that Olusoji Fashuba and Damola Oshayomi had once held. But the most outstanding is Seun Ogunshakin because he's younger and still in secondary school, unlike others who were already adults before breaking even. The biggest news about Seun's exploit is that the boy has secured a ticket to represent Africa at the Junior Wimbledon Tennis Championship in the United Kingdom in July 2023. With this, Seun Ogunshakin from Omo Ekiti in Ekiti East local government area of Ekiti State has become the first African since the 80s to achieve this feat and is the first Ekiti son to grab this rare opportunity to meet the world best tennis players and managers. Seun actually says he's desirous to meet Spaniard tennis superstar Rafael Nadal, if not for the vision of some big guns in sports in Ekiti State, including Mr. Yemi Owusheni, former Permanent Secretary, Minister of Youth and Sport Development, who made the government to put this tennis facility in place in 2011. Today's story may never come to reality. Since then, talents have been discovered and national medalists have been produced here, just as former Vice President of the Nigeria Tennis Federation and now Africa's tennis representative in the World Tennis Circuit, Mr. Yemi Owusheni, kept saying it over 15 years ago that his vision was to see a Nigerian tennis player qualifying to play at the world stage.
What the work we've been doing for the past 15-20 years, we are happy it's successful. So we are now calling on the government and philanthropists in Ekiti State to come in aid of the tennis champion who is representing Africa at Wimbledon 2023 Junior. No matter, no contribution is so small, government will have to assist, and when many citizens of Ekiti State and Nigeria will have to assist as well. That is my plea. Corporate organization will have to assist, and the present governor is a tennis-loving personality. He plays tennis, Biodun Oyebanji. So we are not surprised that this thing is coming at its own time.
God has rewarded several years of hard work of those working day and night, and not just a Nigerian, but an Ekiti boy has qualified for the biggest tennis championship in the world for the first time. Seun Ogunshakin is currently ranked not just Nigeria's but Africa's best tennis junior player. He did not attain the heights by accident, but through lots of hard work and sacrifices, beating several foes and contemporaries, both black and white, on his way to the top. He was confirmed #1 tennis player in Africa in the boys 14 and under after winning the 2 weeks African Junior Championship AJC in Lomé, Togo. The tournament was a warm-up competition and the main African Junior Championship. Seun was also ranked #1 in the boys 16 and under category in West and Central Africa. Sure, he must have lost count of the number of medals, trophies, and awards in his cabinet at age 14. The young lad, who is currently at the ITF Center in Tunisia, enjoying sponsorship from the International Tennis Federation ITF, needs the support of everyone in Ekiti and Nigeria, including the political class, philanthropists, corporate bodies, and especially the sports-loving governor of Ekiti State, His Excellency, Mr. Biodun Oyebanji. Bow. Yes, Bow has shown to the world his unequaled passion for sports, and this is the best time for His Excellency to launch his quest to genuinely develop sport by sanctioning the trip of Seun Ogunshakin to the Wimbledon in the United Kingdom in July. If you don't believe, now you can see Ekiti is the hub of raw sporting talents. Fortunately, Ekiti is blessed with a rare gem, Are Afe Babalola, who is so passionate about sports, and all the good people of Ekiti State will support Shey Ogunshakin's quest to represent this state, this country, and this continent at the Wimbledon in July. In the same vein, all the 6 House of Representatives members, all the 3 senators in Ekiti State, and in fact, the House of Assembly members should not be left out in supporting this vision. Big congratulations to Coach Wumi Ogunshakin, the father and the man with the vision. Congratulations also to the Director General, Nigeria Governors Forum, Mr. Ashishana Okauru, who supported Shey Ogunshakin right from the moment he spotted him at the state awards. Congratulations to the Nigeria Tennis Federation, NTF, for walking the talk. Congratulations to the Ekiti State Sports Council and the Sports Ministry. A very big congratulations to the sport-loving governor of Ekiti State, Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji. Bow. As we all bow for your love and passion for sports, and we hope this will be the beginning of great things to happen to us right here during your dispensation. Congratulations, Ekiti Kete. Congratulations, Nigeria. Congratulations, Shey Ogunshakin.